I guess right as we're taking pictures, my brain said, "Look behind you," and I look up and I see the curtain moving, and I'm like, "Holy crap!" I said, "Hey, did you guys see that?" And Jason immediately, I had turned when I looked. He immediately saw it, and I'm almost certain Karen saw it.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I never saw it.
Right, but the actual curtains, these curtains right here, were moving. Well, everybody, welcome back.
Hey, everyone.
It's Generation X Paranormal. I'm Logan.
And I'm Nicole.
Guys, normally we have a pretty long runway of stuff we want to talk about. Guys, this is not that episode. Okay,
No.
there's
some meat and potatoes in this one.
a whole lot of meat and potatoes.
Yes.
So we did an investigation, and we like to do that from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just about interviews and covering things. We're investigators as well. And yeah. Oh, we went on an investigation, all right.
Yes, we did.
And where we investigated was a Brooks estate.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, this property, which Nicole's going to cover in great detail here, it's not that it's new per se. It's a pretty old property.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as paranormal investigations, I don't know that it's quite as prevalent as some of the other places. But I think maybe after this episode,
it's going to be.
It's going to be. You're going to think differently about it for sure. But yeah, let's jump into the Brooks
dive
estate.
into it.
Yeah.
This episode, just forewarning, is going to be longer than our usual.
Yeah.
We spoke about breaking it up, but I'm like, no, because I think it just needs to be one fluid episode.
Yeah, it'd be too disjointed to try to break it up because there's so much there that not only would it be a disservice for you guys, but we'd get lost. There's so much
to talk about.
But yeah, let's.
Without further ado.
Adieu.
Adieu. So we're going to start with speaking about how we learned of this place.
Right.
So, we are on social media. We speak with other investigators.
Mm-hmm.
We all try to help each other out. And there was an investigator from Tennessee, Jason, from Get That Ghost.
Yep.
And he was asking for help of any investigators that live in Missouri because he had this property that he was trying to help the owners out about finding, the history.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I do. I research. And I had the time and the means to try to help. So I reached out and said, yes, I will try to look up and see what I can find. Well, find quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then we got speaking with the owners, and eventually the owners and Get That Ghost invited us to come do an investigation with them.
That's right.
At the Brooks estate. And this was in January
of
this year.
So sorry it's been a while, but
lives get busy.
Right.
But there was so much to pour over, and I did not want to miss anything.
No.
So we just went over it a million times, I think. But I think now we've got a great presentation for everyone.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and I feel like I owe it to the owners, who are Kristen and Michael Odell, and Get That Ghost, because they involved us in, primarily what was their investigation. So we want to make sure that we do it right.
And guys, this particular, and we're going to get really into it, but there's a lot of layers here.
Yes.
So,
yes. And please stick through to the end.
Yes.
It will be worth it, we promise.
It's very worth it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so this is the history that basically I found in the beginning, and the owners gave me some deeds and stuff, and I was able to dig and find a little bit more. And I'm just going to touch on this, but it's important that we speak about basically who originally owned this
it's important.
place. Yes.
Yeah.
So the Brooks estate, the reason it's called the Brooks estate is because the original owner that bought the property was Dave Brooks.
Right.
And he built, or we'll find out later, built the home in 1918, or what is now the home in 1918.
Right.
Okay. And he moved in with his son at the time, Leonard Brooks, and his wife and his child. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's other daughter Bertha Prince also lived in the house.
Right.
Okay, at this time. Her husband had died and she had a
Mhm.
child. Just a little touch on that. Now, Bertha was the first to die in the house,
Right.
okay, of typhoid fever at 25 years old.
God, so
So
young.
she left this little girl. It
Mhm.
was really sad. Um, and then Leonard, the son of Dave Brooks, his son passed away at 11 months old, J.D.
Mhm.
Brooks, of pneumonia.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Okay, so
pretty
that's
common
already
out there.
two people that we know for sure died in the house, and
Right.
we're gonna put up all the things that
Yeah.
I found,
Yeah, we'll have it up there.
newspaper articles and death certificates and stuff, so you can see that on the video. And this is one I'm gonna recommend. You can listen to it,
Yeah,
but
listening's
go
gonna
look
be
at the
fine.
video because it's gonna make a big difference on this one.
Yeah, and I will definitely make it to where it's definitely worth it still listening to it,
Yes,
but I think if you're listening to it, please finish.
if you're
But
intrigued,
yeah, if
go
you're
watch the
intrigued,
video.
go watch the video
Yeah.
because at least it'll give you more of the visual
Mhm.
aesthetic of everything that's happening. So
Right. Now, time passes, and Dave Brooks, the original owner that bought it, he ends up dying in the house of a cerebral hemorrhage at 74 years old.
which freaks me out
Mhm.
for a lot of
Well,
reasons.
a lot of older people that
Yeah.
does happen,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in that time period. And this is, before there's major hospitals, stuff
Mhm.
like that, they're a long distance away even from a doctor's office. A lot of people died at
Even to
home.
this
And
day.
yeah, well, in these
Yeah.
time periods especially. So it wasn't uncommon.
Right.
Okay, so we've got 3 people now of the
Mhm.
same family that have
Mhm.
passed away in the home. Okay, so I believe Leonard eventually sells the home.
Right.
So at this point, none of the Brooks family owns the home.
Right.
Okay. And it passes down to several owners, and the next one, not that they weren't important, but notable to what's going on at
Right.
least, is Ernest Cranford,
Mhm.
okay? And he ends up dying at 61 years old after a long illness in the home. And what's interesting is he was a lifelong interior decorator. That does not mean the same thing now as it did
Right.
then. So
Right.
basically, he did construction and renovation, and he worked in like
Kinda
a
more like Property Brothers type.
yeah, so, like, I
Yeah.
think there was and I found it, and I don't know for sure that he worked at this place, but it was the big major one in East Prairie that he probably worked at, and
Sure.
it's people would come in like, "I wanna redecorate my house," and they would actually go in and redo it,
Yeah.
not just furniture and pictures and stuff, it was actually, like, renovation.
Right.
Okay, so I think that's basically what he did. Now passes down to more owners after he passes away, and it eventually becomes a rental property until now the current owners, Kristen and Michael, buy the home.
Right.
Okay. And it was in some dire straits.
Yeah, it had been put through some
Yeah.
paces, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, a very old home,
Right.
1918. And I know there was previous owners that had tried to fix it up. I mean,
Mhm.
but that's a long time period.
Well, it's a significant
There's,
investment to do
yes,
that, yeah.
yes. So they buy it. Okay. So at this point, we know, at least documented, we have 4 deaths
Right.
that happened in this house. We know that people passed away there.
Right.
Okay. Now, I did find someone else that could be related. So we're going to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if it is significant. I have an inner feeling that it's significant.
Layers. They're all significant,
Yes.
it feels like.
And I felt like even in the time finding his name, I was like, this is probably like a family member.
Mhm.
It could be related. I don't know. But it was so Dave Brooks, the original owner, I'm pretty sure had a brother named William Brooks,
Right.
okay? Because there was a William L. Brooks, okay? His middle name, Leonard,
Mm.
was also Dave's son's name. That happened a lot in families.
It's pretty hard
They
to
were
repudiate.
farmers. Dave, had this house. He had 9 acres that he bought
Right.
where he put this house. Families stayed within,
Well, sure.
they farmed the same land. They did stuff. So I would not be surprised. I don't know this for sure. This is not, I can't find documents that said this for
Wouldn't
sure.
shock me in the least.
But there was a William L. Brooks Jr. who died. He was around 10 years of age from what is on the death certificate says congestive chill, and it took me forever to figure out what that meant, but it's malaria.
Which is weird, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, East Prairie, Missouri, is very flat.
Yes, it is.
It's very marshy,
Very
swampy.
marshy, yes.
It's close to the Missouri River. So it would make sense, and they grew a lot of, I think, what was it,
It's
cotton there,
yeah.
and that needs a lot of
Ton
moist,
of water.
moist
Mhm.
conditions, and people get malaria from mosquitoes.
Absolutely.
So it would make sense I was like, malaria? I've never heard anything like that
Yeah.
for around Missouri, but it does make sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, here you are in this marshy area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were probably not, thankfully, maybe depending on how you feel, putting tons of chemicals down to kill all these mosquitoes out. So there's
Right.
probably just, I mean, it's literally probably teeming with mosquitoes,
Mm-hmm.
and we all know with that comes malaria.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, listen, it's one of those things at that time of our timeline here. They just didn't have access to these sort of healing
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah. And the
yeah,
reason we're talking so much about this is
yeah,
I think it plays a part in something very significant here pretty
extremely
soon.
significant.
But I don't know. Like I just feel like they're a part of the Brooks family, not direct lineage from Dave,
Hmm.
but I think they're related in some way, shape, or form, and we're probably on the property in some way, shape, or form. Now, the other thing that we have not mentioned is the property of the Brooks estate is just a couple streets over from a huge old cemetery, the
Very
Wow
much so.
Cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay. And very old graves. One of
Yes.
the very first cemeteries in East Prairie.
Wh-
So
Which, I mean, it's a small town. Most
it's a small
houses are
town.
pretty close to it, but
This is
it's a
like
little bit
right
different.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of the family, the Brooks family, is buried there.
Yes, they are.
So keep that in mind as we go forward. Now, so when Kristen and Michael renovated the home,
Mhm.
they brought in, antique because it's an older home. They wanted to keep with the time period.
Right.
Now, there were some investigators that gave them a haunted doll that came from New York. They put it
Yeah.
in there. Okay. We don't know anything about the doll.
Nope.
We don't know for sure that it's even haunted. People think that it is haunted. We're on the fence as of right now. Now, there were also some items that were brought from a doctor's house in Heron, Illinois.
Mhm.
Okay. And when I looked up this house, Kristen was sweet enough to give me the address and so I could find out some more information. But the house is in Heron, Illinois, and this town has a history of there was a huge massacre that happened by the
Mhm.
Mine Workers of America where 23 people were killed. The fact that this was a doctor's house,
Yep.
where did doctors practice?
In their home.
In their home.
Mm-hmm.
So could things be tied to some of these items?
You can't say it's not
Right.
possible.
There were also lots of deaths in this town from prohibition raids by the KKK, the Ku
Mhm.
Klux Klan. Okay. And a lot of people got hurt in that. Where did they go? Doctor's
Doctor's
house.
office.
So
Or house, rather, yeah.
there could be things tied to it. We don't know for sure. At this point in time, when I'm researching, I'm like, all possibilities. What could be possibilities?
Yeah. Well, I think you got to kitchen sink a lot of it and just start,
Mm-hmm.
start picking it apart.
Right. So that's what we know, at least as far as history.
Right.
Documented history that we 100% know for sure is valid.
Which, guys, if here's me pounding my chest a little bit. If there's a subject matter expert now in this house, you're looking and listening to it. This
Yeah.
lady just dove head first into this, and man, the amount of research that she did, that's the only reason that this place has the layers that it does, in my opinion.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
It
but
is. I am.
It's important to me. It's important to me. So another thing about East Prairie is very close to a fault line.
Yes, it is.
Okay. There are also, and there's documented Civil War battles that were close, which that's the majority of Missouri. So
Mhm.
I didn't really think about that. But the Missouri River's there and running water
Yep.
creates energy. I'm also of the belief, or we were of the belief, and we were talking with Get That Ghost
Yep.
as well. The fault line
Mhm.
could be creating. I mean, we don't know for sure.
Well,
This is just
you got to think these plates move, right?
yes.
And when they
Yes.
move, they create energy. Whether it gets dispersed in an earthquake or not, it's still creating friction.
Energy. Yeah. Okay, now let's get to the haunted claims. Okay. Now, some of these come from the current owners, some of these come from other people that have been in the home, just basically what we knew going in.
Right.
Okay. Now, there are footsteps that are reported in what we're going to just call the red room because it's painted, the walls are painted
Right.
red. Okay. Which is upstairs. So, upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms. Okay. So, in the red room, there's footsteps reported. There's a female presence in the bed, like they feel like she sits there. And then there's a smell of perfume. Okay. And there are also children's footsteps on the stairs.
Yes.
Which we'll get to kind of how the house is set up
Right.
here in a bit.
There's a reason for that.
They hear laughing and whistling noises like children playing.
Yep.
Okay. Now, there's also... So the back bedroom, which is painted blue, I believe.
Yep.
If I remember right.
If I remember right, yeah.
They call it Vaughn's room.
Right.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay. Which he's supposed to be a little boy. And the door shuts and they can hear him playing on the steps. Okay. And the kitchen cabinet doors open, the front and back door will open. And I think I remember seeing a video of some investigators that the door just opened on them when they were in the other room.
Yeah.
Now, here's the juicy stuff. Here's the good stuff.
It's juicy.
Okay, and we'll put these up here. Now, they've got cameras on the outside of the house.
Yeah, that's one...
Basically, they put it up there for protection.
That's one thing Michael did is he's got cameras all over.
Inside house, outside the house.
Not in the bathrooms. Okay,
yeah, don't think about trespassing.
Yeah.
They will know.
Don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, they caught an apparition of what looks like a cowboy.
Yeah, and what's interesting about the cowboy, and I know the skeptic in me wants to immediately say, oh, it's just a guy walking past. Okay. And granted, still could be. We don't know. But when you look at this thing,
there's no question.
There are parts of it where it's very see-through. It doesn't look there's no resolution on it, which if you look at Michael's stuff, he's got some pretty decent high-resolution cameras.
Yes, he does. Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's another reason why it looks...
Well, so I guess someone in the town is related to this person. We don't know his name. And, all that stuff will stay confidential to this family.
Right.
But there was a land dispute judge, I guess from 1890, that got shot and killed.
Yeah.
And they have a picture of their ancestor.
Yeah.
Which we'll put up here next to the photo of the camera.
Here you go, guys.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I mean, looking at it, it's pretty hard to be ultimately skeptical. I mean, I still try to play that, okay, could be a lot of different things, but gosh, I'll tell you, it makes it hard not to go, okay, that's pretty damn close.
That's a great catch.
Great
catch. Yeah. Okay, so that's just number one of the things.
Yeah.
Second, there's also a photo, another camera capture of the side of the porch of a small boy on the porch.
Yep.
Right around it looks like sunset.
Yeah, it is sunset, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a time on it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's sunset.
Right.
Either sunrise or sunset. It's one of the two. I think it's sunset. But what I found interesting is it looks like a little blonde-haired boy.
Yep.
And when I zoomed in, you can see the blades of grass through his head.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's see-through. Because people could say, oh, well, a little kid just ran over there, or this or that just happened. You can see the blades of grass through his head.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, knowing Michael, if there was somebody sitting there, not only would he know, he'd probably go there.
Yeah.
So, I just... Again, it's one of those where, yes, you can try all you can to say, well, it's just some kid sitting on the porch. Well, it probably is, but I just don't think that kid was currently living at the time.
And what I found interesting is these pictures were posted by the Brooks estate on their Facebook page. There was a local person that came on there and said, oh, I used to live right across the street from that place. And when I was a kid, I would always run, leave my house and get in trouble for running across the street and playing with the boy that lived across the street.
Right.
And there was no boy that lived across the street. I guess it was an elderly couple that lived in the home at that
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
there's a corroborating thing there that says there was a little boy that they were playing with.
And it's super hard to not, well, it's super hard to deny that it's definitely, it's interesting. You can't just discount it.
Right. So that's, and they've got so
Oh my
much stuff. We're
gosh.
just touching on some stuff that we can show you. It would it would take us days.
Guys, I'm not kidding when I
Podcast
tell you
days.
that we could probably create an entire season
Mhm.
off of just this house.
Oh, yes.
Maybe a whole podcast.
Yes. Okay, so now this next photo comes from the owners
Mhm.
because he's got cameras in the house to catch stuff. So this camera is sitting in the living room.
Yes.
Okay, which is pointed towards the bathroom.
And you'll actually see this camera in motion later on in this episode.
Yes, it was important
Mhm.
for later. But no one's in the house at this
No
time.
one.
But it's pointing towards the bathroom and being there and seeing this place. So they've got like an old antique headboard
Mhm.
so there's a piano and then there's an antique headboard between the piano and the wall. And in the bathroom, there's a window that's shining light into the hallway.
Right.
So the camera's faced toward the bathroom so you can see the light. Now, what you can see is in the doorway, the door frame,
Yes.
there's a figure.
And it
Dark
took me the
shadow
longest
figure.
time to see it at first.
Yeah, but what's great is like once it goes past the wall
Yes.
and into the bathroom where the light's shining in from the sun, you can see the outline.
It's crazy.
Yes. And I know what I see.
I see it.
Yeah. And we didn't want to we wrote it down or something so that we wouldn't influence each other. It
Mhm.
looks like an old 1800s, I guess it would be 1800s, Victorian type,
Right.
1700s, I guess, Victorian type woman in the long, the dresses with the collar, and they've got the buttons down
Right,
the
and the
front
poofy
and the poofy,
shoulders.
and then the dress comes kind of out into her
Mhm.
feet. You
Like
can
a
see
bell.
all of that. You can
It's
see the
crazy.
outline of the arms. It's the most insane
The
thing.
part that gets me is you can say whatever you want about the stuff on this side of that photo. Oh, it's just your eyes, matrixing and all
yeah.
these other things, pareidolia and all that. I get you. Okay. I get you.
I thought that at first
So
as
did
well.
I.
Yes.
But when you follow the other shoulder and it sticks out past the doorway
And
blocks some of the light coming through, that's when you go, okay, no. And the second you make out that piece,
you can
your
see the
brain
rest
starts
of it.
picking the rest of it together, and you're like, holy crap, that is no doubt, that is definitely somebody there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so see-through, and it's just, honestly, guys, it's one of the better photos that I've seen in a long time of what I would call a classic full body apparition.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
There are some out there that are classics. Of course, if we want to talk about the Amityville one with the little boy and all these other ones that come up. But to me, this one's the one that checks a lot of blocks for me.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a great capture. Okay, so the next one. I was completely floored by this.
Yeah.
And yes, we haven't been doing this as far as investigations
Oh, yeah.
for a really, really long time or anything, but we've watched how many countless hours and hours, probably a month's worth of TV shows
Oh, yeah.
of other people's investigations. We know investigators. We've heard their stories. We've seen their evidence.
Plus, we've been part of the whole ghost and stuff
for years. We've had our own experiences.
Yes.
And this is honestly the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's wild.
The chills that went up my arm when he sent us this. I could not believe it. At first I was like, no, there's got to be people. There's got to be. So to set this up, we're going to play this for you. Now we took it and tried to enhance the audio.
Honestly,
we
we
had
sent
some
it to
help
Eric.
with it. Yeah.
Eric Cooley, our
yes.
our awesome music engineer.
Yeah, because we needed to be able to enhance it a
Yeah.
little bit more. And I sat for hours with headphones on my
Yes.
head trying to figure out what was being said.
Yeah.
So to set this up, he's got the camera on the outside of the
Right. Security
side
camera.
porch. Yeah. This is in like, I think he said it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, midnight. I can't
time's on there,
remember.
I think.
Yeah, but I don't remember if the time was correct or not. But so what you can see from this is you're seeing the porch. You can see across the street. It's in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Mhm.
And the story from Michael is basically he gets notified whenever something on the security camera goes off because he's
Right.
ready to go over there. He thought, is what he said, is that somebody had broke into the house
Mhm.
because the voices were so loud and so clear.
Yep.
And something else that happened, he thought people were in the house.
Mhm.
And he bolted out of bed and ran across the street. Nothing was there.
Right.
No sounds. Lights were all off. Door was locked. Nobody was there. So this sound bite, we're going to play it first.
Yep.
And then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, here you go, guys.
He stuck out his hand and said with a grin, "Big news to me." I told him mine. He said the name of my rig is Real Night. I asked him why he called it rigs his name. He said, "Son, this old Mac is well long this shit. There ain't a dropper or a rig or a clean line that's seen nothing but taillights on the planet Real Night."
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack here, guys.
Okay. So I know just in that you may have to play it back a few times and it's really hard to hear. We had to enhance it. I listened to it very loud. I listened to it headphones on over and over and over and over and over. And I still can't figure out all that's being said.
No, there's still some missed, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Personally, I think it's two men
it is.
speaking. I think it's a residual sound of a conversation of a traumatic moment.
Very traumatic.
Mm-hmm. Because there's two men, there's definitely a child in there at some point, and then you hear, and what? An old radio.
And guys, I'm laughing because I'm
You
going to
don't-
tell you right now, but I'm going to let me pack open the veil or lift the veil on this radio. And you're going to see it in some of the footage
pictures.
that we get later. This radio is an old kind of, stand up tube radio. It's all the old transistor type radio.
Mm-hmm.
And no doubt that's the radio you hear. But guys, let me tell you something. There is nothing in the radio. Nothing. All the transistors, the tubes, all the vacuum tubes, all of them are in a box stored in the closet next to it.
And it's not plugged in.
And it's not plugged in. Let me put that one more time to you. There's nothing in that radio at all. And where this particular house sits, let's just play devil's advocate for 1 second. Say the house either on other side, because it's on a corner. If the house across the street, the house on the other side, which is a great distance, by the way, and then the house directly next to it that it's looking at, if the audio was coming from there, number one, it wouldn't be that clear, but you hear it behind you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my thing on the
So
radio.
at first we did, played the investigator thing, debunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's people outside speaking, right? But then you got a kid. It's 2 a.m. midnight to 2 a.m. in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Bad thunderstorm.
Yeah, who's going to be out? It may not. And I'm like, okay, so I need to figure out what's being said here. This is what I think I hear.
Buckle up.
Okay. And then once I figured it out, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Mhm.
Okay. So first man, I'm going to call him man 1 and man 2 in child.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So man 1 never understood the first
Mhm.
phrase. Man 2, he says it's in his foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's surely not what I'm hearing. It's in his foot.
Oh, that's what he says.
Then man 1 again says something. Couldn't figure it out. But then he's cut off by man 2 yelling louder. It's in his foot.
Yes.
Like he's frantic. It's in his foot. Then man 1 says, it's too far. He's not going to make it.
Yes.
And then man 2 is like, what? Just like,
Cries out. He's
yeah,
upset.
like he's very upset. And then you hear the spine tingling,
Mhm.
help. It sounds almost like a cat, honestly.
Yeah, first that's what I thought it was.
That's yeah, but I think it's a help.
And honestly, I'm getting goosebumps because what I picture
Mm-hmm.
is the child being pulled into whatever you believe's on the other side. Because you literally hear it's like a help.
Mm-hmm. Like help.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
ooh, anyway. Yeah.
And then you hear man 1 say, you waited too long. I thought that phrase was interesting.
Very
You waited
interesting.
too long. And then man 2, you hear the moan, the crying out, like
It's
he
haunting.
has to accept whatever is about
Yes.
to happen. And then you hear the help again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear man 2 moan, like devastation.
Yes.
Right? And then you hear man 1 something, and then I hear maybe, and then or see if it changes.
Yeah.
And then the radio kicks on. Okay? Now, we didn't know this, and we didn't find this information out. The owners found this information out. But the song that is playing on the radio are lyrics, and we can't play it because of copyright, are lyrics to a song called Phantom 309.
Which is just crazy.
Yeah. So these are the words to the song that are in the clip. It says, he stuck out his hand and said with a grin, Big Joe's the name. I told him mine. And he said, the name of my rig is Phantom 309. I asked him why he called his rig such a name. He said, son, this old Mac can put 'em all to shame. There ain't a driver or a rig a running on any line. Ain't seen nothing but taillights from Phantom 309. Well, we rode and talked the better part of the night. So this song, Phantom 309 by Red Sovine,
I think that
was released in 1967. Okay. It was based on a true story. But this song is about a phantom trucker, a ghost trucker that picks up a man on the side of the highway hitchhiking and talks to him and takes him in the middle of a storm, mind you, in the middle of a storm to a diner, and they drop him off. And he keeps going.
Yep.
Well, the people at the diner, ask how he got there. He said, oh, and they're like, oh, that's Phantom 309.
And honestly, not to make this a funny thing, but I kept thinking of like Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Do you remember that at all?
No, I remember Pee-wee, but I don't remember
those of you who remember is like, tell him Large Marge sent you. And it's literally kind of the same thing. She was a phantom trucker.
But it's so weird because it's like, it's talking about a phantom ghost truck in the middle of a thunderstorm. This whole thing that was captured was in the middle of a thunderstorm on a radio that had no guts. I don't get it. And so I'm like, okay, so I looked up the song. I'm like, what is the tie here? I don't understand this. And the song was based on this true story of this man called Pete Trudell, or called his name, Pete Trudell, and he was driving a tanker loaded with 4,800 gallons of gas.
That's a lot of gas.
Outside of Massachusetts, Saugus, Massachusetts, in 1963. And there was, I guess, a dip in the road that blocked his view of an overpass intersection. And under the overpass was a car stopped for a school bus that was unloading kids. Okay. So he couldn't stop in time, and he had two choices. He either runs in there, runs into him, kills them all, or he runs into the overpass and kills himself to save the kids. Well, he killed himself
Right.
to save the kids. So he sacrificed himself for these kids. And they actually put up, and he was, I guess, a volunteer firefighter and part-time police officer and husband and father of 5 kids.
Kind of hero, you know?
Yeah, he was a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But what is that tied to? I still have no idea. I just found it interesting, or if it's just like, oh, this is a ghost song.
I don't
It's
know.
ghost
And
song. It's weird.
we don't have the answer, guys. We don't.
We don't.
It's one of those things, again, layers.
Mhm.
It's one of those things that, number one, you just, first of all, you like Nicole said, the damn thing had no guts. There's no reason why something should be playing out of it.
No. I have no explanation.
Yeah, neither do
Okay.
I.
So after the conversation, right? I'm like, this is weird. I feel like it's a residual conversation of a traumatic, because those are the types of things that record themselves in history,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Traumatic deaths, usually those are the hauntings.
Right.
More often than not. They're
Well,
upset, they're troubled, they
or they
couldn't say
don't know.
goodbye, or they don't know. Those are the things we find a lot, right?
Mhm.
So I focused on what was said in the conversation that I could hear.
Right.
It's in his foot. The crying out, a child saying help, and you waited too long. He's not going to make it, right?
Right.
So I'm like, and at first, this was like a passion project for me. I was like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Now, remember earlier when I talked about the history of the home?
Right.
And I felt that there might be a connection with this other child that died. This
Mhm.
10-year-old died. Okay, and I'm like, okay, so this kid, William L. Brooks Jr., he died of malaria.
Yes, he did.
And I'm like, what is this foot thing? And so I think I just Googled, like, malaria. Is there something to do with feet? And
I think you literally.
it was just something like
I
random.
think you Google search malaria foot.
I
That
did.
was it. Malaria foot.
And believe it or not, symptoms of severe malaria in children that can lead to death include impaired consciousness, breathing difficulties, severe anemia, seizures, inability to drink or vomiting, dark urine. Okay. Other symptoms of severe malaria include circulatory collapse or shock. But there's one thing that most people don't know about.
Yeah.
That if it progresses without any medical treatment, that eventually it can turn into gangrene in the feet.
Mhm.
Gangrene. And gangrene is what?
Well, it's
Medic.
so gangrene is when that part of your body's dying. It's not getting circulation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically rotting off of you.
Yeah. So there was a case study of a 6-year-old boy that had malaria complicated by sepsis. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, he ended up with gangrene of the ankle and foot. So a lot of the time, if they don't have a way to treat it, they amputate it.
Sure.
Because it does. Their toes start falling off. It turns weird colors. They get gangrene.
Yeah.
And if they don't do something about it,
You get infected. It's a sepsis infection.
and the child
And
will die.
Anybody with gangrene that's untreated will die 100%. No question about it.
And when I saw that, I got chills through my entire body. I'm not going to lie, because I went back to the conversation.
Yeah.
That it's in his foot. It's in his foot. He said it twice.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to make it. You didn't.
Didn't happen in time. Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thinking about where East Prairie lies at that time period, early
Mhm.
1900s, I mean, already it's a distance from the nearest city.
Yeah, right now at this very moment,
It's a distance.
it's quite a distance.
But you think early 1900s,
Yeah.
before vehicles, when you've got horses and it's only way wagons to get people places,
Mm-hmm.
where's the nearest place that you can take them?
It takes days at that point, right?
Well, maybe. You
Wow.
waited too long. That phrase, you waited too long, he's not going to make it. And the realization that your child is dying, I feel like it was a traumatic conversation that
Sure.
got recorded and it was playing over because the storm gave it energy.
And that's a big thing, guys. You know, if you're in the paranormal, a lot of people believe that electrical charge of lightning and the rain and everything that comes with storms is just sort of almost like a big supercharger for paranormal activity.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I still don't know what to think about the radio.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We don't know if that kid was even related or even at that property, but I feel like it's part of the family somehow. And maybe, like, the conversation I had with you was, if it was my child
Mm-hmm.
and I needed help, who would I run to from family? I would run to my parents or my siblings or whoever was around.
Right.
If his sibling was Dave Brooks, he would have
Could be.
gone there for help.
Yeah, you look for your support
We don't
system.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I can't say that any of this is the Brooks family. I don't know.
No.
It's just a feeling that I got.
But what we did find, or what was sent to us, was this insane clip that had to be, somebody had to make sense of this thing. And the only thing that makes sense is this.
Yeah.
So, you know, whether or not you want to say it's this family or that family, it starts getting tougher to narrow in and zero in on the why.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, it's about as good of an explanation as I think we're ever going to get for this.
Yeah, I believe so. And I don't want that to be true.
No, I don't either.
Because it's
heartbreaking.
devastating.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could come up with at the time. But
the scream, the moan is
the moan of a father knowing he can't do anything to save his son. That's just like, you feel the heartache come out of it.
It's bone chilling.
Because the first time we heard it, I was just like, oh, it's like a like, you imagine like the old ghosts with the chain, like moaning.
Yeah. Kind of like the Scooby-Doo ghost. Ooh.
Yes, exactly like that. But then when I was like, that can't be what this is. It sounds like a conversation. And then when we had Eric enhance it and I listened to it over and over and over, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a conversation being had here.
Yeah.
It just.
And if I remember right, even Eric's like, who was there? Like, he hears the voices. So it's you hear it. It's unmistakable.
You hear it. Yeah. So this is the stuff that we got before we even arrived at the place.
Hadn't even left this place yet.
And so when we heard that, everything else was interesting. But when we heard, I'm like, we have got to go figure out what is going on here. Because this is just touching the surface. Okay.
Oh, God.
Because there was also a lot of stuff that the owners were talking about. Michael will not even go back in that home.
Nope.
He is very upset and very good reason to. And it was a case of help these people.
Right.
For us.
Right.
We need to try to make sense of what is going on because they were going to make this their home.
This was their home.
Yeah. And now because of everything that has happened, they can't live there.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
and Michael's not the kind of guy. He's not a timid dude.
No.
If you ever get to know the guy, he doesn't just walk away from something.
No.
So this is heavy duty.
I mean, and there are so many stories which we're not getting into, but I mean, during, renovation, there was a piece of wood that fell on his shoulder and injured him and he needed to go. Well, him and his, I think he said it was his son, tried to leave to get out and then the door wouldn't open. They had to break down the door to get out.
God, so scary.
And then there was one time that I think Kristen was in the house. They had walked in together and her earring got pulled out of her ear and thrown across the room.
Yep. And if you want to piss Michael off,
you go after the wife.
Go after a wife. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, there's something strong here.
Yeah.
What it is, I don't know. Now, we found out more stuff after, which we'll just mention here now, but after we got there, but they live not too far away.
No.
But
enough for him to show up if somebody's there.
Whatever this thing is follows him to where he's living now. It flickers the lights in his he's got a shop.
He does.
Flickers the lights in his shop. And he showed us a video. So explain what a cherry picker is.
Guys, and the motorheads out there and people who are into cars like myself, we'll understand what a cherry picker is. It's not a big deal. But those of you who don't, It's basically it's a big metal kind of tripod-y looking thing. Tripod-y. That's
Tripod-y.
interesting. It's a big metal crane with like a big chain link on the other side that wraps around an engine so that you can pull it out of the vehicle. Hence cherry picker. Now, when I tell you the pneumatics and the hydraulics and everything involved, yeah, there's a lot there because you can't just pick up a big ass engine out of a vehicle. You have to pump it, and it starts. Now, of course, that's for the not the big expensive ones you have in shops, but at home you've got one that just you kind of hand pump and hydraulically it comes out. Well, well, the video Michael shows me, and to this day I'm still trying to like work it out in my head. How did this happen without it being paranormal? It's almost impossible to do. You see the cherry picker it's literally bouncing on the ground. And you see the pump, the actual handle pump, being actuated. And this thing is literally bouncing off the ground.
While the lights are flickering.
Now, guys, I'm not somebody that tells you have to believe anything. That's just not what we do. But I'll be damned if I could figure out how the lights would flicker, how this heavy-ass cherry picker with an engine in it, by the way, it's not empty.
It wasn't empty.
There's an engine in this thing, is literally bouncing off the ground. And I think Michael at the time was holding a baseball bat.
Well, wouldn't you? I would be.
Well, I'm like, Michael's such a great guy, but in my mind, I'm like, let me tell you somebody, if it's pumping that cherry picker like that bat ain't gonna do shit to it. but anyway, yeah, that's kind of how that went.
Yeah, it's insane. Like I said, I've never seen anything like
crazy, just crazy.
Yeah. So let's get into the investigation.
So, getting into the investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So day one. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is going to come out later, but we had planned on only being there one day.
Mm-hmm. We ended up being there on, what, 2.5?
2.5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to call this day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we need to thank right now the owners
yeah.
and thank members of Get That Ghost Tennessee. Jason, Natalie, Brian, and Karen, thank you for inviting us to come with you and investigate the house, because this is primarily going to be their investigation.
Yeah, it really was.
They invited us along to see what was going on, and wow, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, guys, honestly,
we had a great time with you.
This episode wouldn't exist without you. And honestly, between you guys and the owners, Michael and Kristen, guys, we had a blast. We loved going there. So, yeah. So anyway, day one. So we get there, and when I tell you, when you drive up there, you kind of get that feel, right?
Oh, you do.
It gives you the feels. Now, here's a picture of it right here. It's kind of cut off, so it's very nice on the outside.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Listen, the owners did a tremendous job, renovating it, making it look nice. It's gorgeous. It really is. But it gives you the feels right away, right
from the windows, especially.
Yeah, you just get that. So you immediately you're like, okay, all right, fine. And through the glass or sliding glass doors, everybody came out and greeted us. And again, absolutely amazing and
great people.
So Jason and gang says, hey, let's do some pictures out front, and we're gonna show you when the picture's here. But we go through this whole picture session, I should say. Well, as we're standing out there, I couldn't help but get that feeling that we're being watched. You're gonna get that feeling anyway. This was especially strong. I kept looking over, and I kept looking over, and it's right. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, it's right. Yeah, this one right here. This window right here, and I'm going to show you on screen too.
Top window.
Yeah, this is the top window. Now, we didn't know this at the time because we hadn't even really been in the house.
No.
We just showed up and we started going through this picture thing. And there's no like floor register for air. There's nothing there. And these drapes, they're heavy.
They're the old, like really heavy.
Like velour kind of. They're substantial. Right. They're very nice. Well, while we're standing out there, I guess right as we're taking pictures, my brain said, look behind you. And I look up and I see the curtain moving. And I'm like, holy crap. I said, hey, Did you guys see that? And Jason immediately, I had turned when I looked, he immediately saw it, and I'm almost certain Karen saw it.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I
But
never saw it.
right, but the actual curtains, these curtains right here, were moving. And at the time, I didn't think it was that big deal. In my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe that was just, the air conditioning coming on.
Well, the heat, you mean?
Or the heat, yeah, 'cause it was right in the middle of
January.
January. Well, and that's when the guys say to us, hey, there is really nothing up there that would move those curtains. And that was the first 10 minutes of showing up to this place.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, and okay, so you can do a lot of things in your mind to debunk that. Was somebody up there? Was there a cat? I mean, all these different things. There's no pets.
No pets.
Again, there's no vents up there for that. There's a heater in the house, but it's downstairs.
They're all like wall heaters and
right,
air
all wall
conditioners.
heaters and air conditioning. So there's really no reason for this to be moving on its own.
No.
And I felt it, guys. I knew something was watching us. And okay, I'm not ashamed to admit that when you get nervous, get scared, your senses get heightened. I get it. But not this time. No, this time I knew something was watching us.
Mm-hmm. So after that, we go in, and I think they had to go do something. And then he decided we were going to just do some preliminary investigation, just the two of us. So we were alone in the house for a few hours.
Quite a few hours, yeah.
So we decided to go upstairs. And with the history that I had already looked up, I wanted to try to connect to Bertha, which was the 25-year-old woman that had died of typhoid. Okay. And the red room, which is the same window that they saw the movement in, is the one that is said to have a female presence and smell perfume and stuff. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, this is probably her.
Sure.
Right? Because she died in the house. More than likely could have died in that room for all we know. Okay. Yeah. So we go up there, and I had actually brought a trigger object. I brought a green and black flapper dress.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
From the 20s, because it was during the 20s that she died. Now, she would have been a farmer's kid. She probably wouldn't have been dressing, but that would have been something that would have been out of her reach.
Sure.
Right? So I brought it as a trigger object. Now, we, sat on the bed, we didn't really get anything.
No, I mean, maybe a couple of really small K2 hits, but nothing.
Nothing. And it could have been the fan. Like, we tried to, but I just don't think that anything really happened.
No.
So then we decided to go to the second bedroom on the second floor, and where's the little kids are supposed to be, right? And I brought a trigger object of a train and a child's book and our Buku. This is what he's a little Highland cow.
Yeah.
We call him Buku. Didn't really get anything there either. It was honestly, you get the feels from the outside of the house, but during the daytime, the inside of the house is pretty cozy feeling.
Yeah, actually really is.
Yeah, welcoming and warm, I feel.
Yeah.
So we did those two things. Not really anything.
No.
Okay.
No, not really.
So when they get back, the rest of the other team gets back, we decide to sit down. And this time it's late afternoon, I think. And we decide we're going to do just a little short day investigation. And we're in the living room, okay, of the home. Not a whole lot happened during that. We got a few things, but not anything of like, I think the REM pod went off a couple times. Stuff like that. But the thing that was notable to me, so against the back wall, there's like this old settee type couch, the ornate wood on it and all that. So we're both sitting on that, and then I think Jason was across in that other chair, and then I know Brian was operating the camera, and Karen might have been sitting next to me. I can't remember. But all of a sudden, I felt the seat I was sitting on shake. And I'm not talking like it's like if you're on a moving bus or on a train and how it kind of like goes back and forth like that, just a slight. And I'm like, I told you, I said, did you just move or like shift your feet or something? He's like, no. and no one else in the room felt it. That's what's
Mhm.
most important, is like no one else felt it. Because I'm thinking, okay, this is close to that fault line,
Sure, which
right?
makes sense.
Objects in the house would have moved. There had been other, there were other chairs that were like the one you would have felt it
I will
because you were in that same seat.
Yeah.
And the one Jason was sitting in, he would have felt it because he's the same type of seat. I was the only one that felt it. It was really, really strange.
And guys, I'm no stranger to earthquakes. I was raised primarily, well, I guess part of the time in California. So I know earthquakes. I've been through them.
Yeah, it was a strange thing. The first time anything like that's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's basically it for that day investigation. So that evening, we actually had a young member of the East Prairie community
Mm-hmm.
that is really into watching the paranormal shows and
Yeah.
stuff, and she wanted to investigate with us. So we were going to teach her, some ways of investigating. So she came to the evening session with us. And we decided that we were going to do an Estes session. We were going to let her do the Estes session. So that's where
She
you
really
put
was jazzed about it. She
yeah,
really wanted to do it.
the blindfold on and noise canceling headphones, and I think we use the Necrophonics app.
Right.
Um,
Now, guys, when we say necrophonic app, okay, we know it's ITC, and it's not your traditional way of doing Estes, but it was what we had at the time. And honestly, for somebody who
For her,
just
yeah.
started this thing, it was perfectly fine for that.
mhm.
It would be very hard to introduce somebody to Estes, and especially what happened, we'll get into with an SB7 and the Vic Firths and everything, which we would do normally, but this would just kind of get her feet wet,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So she started out basically, um, and all it really wanted, it wouldn't really answer questions. It just kept mentioning like it when Jason was asking the questions, it basically inferred that it just wanted to speak to him.
Right.
So on previous investigations that Get That Ghost has done, they've been to the house multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always this voice that comes through and says their name is Bill. Okay.
Right.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, put a pin in that one.
Yeah. So Jason decides to put these on. He's going to do the Estes session now. And as soon as he puts those on, negative stuff starts
Whole
coming
thing
through.
changes.
Yeah, he heard hissing and laughing at him. It started to cuss at him and started saying bad things. And the other thing is a German accent, not accent, but
Somebody speaking.
German language was coming through to him. And then it started growling and hissing at him. And he said he felt like he was getting angry, like something was sitting on his chest, and he was getting he's like, I could have turned around and punched a hole through the door.
Right.
And so he walked away and went outside to cool down. He actually came back and wanted us to sage him off because he felt like something was trying to get to him.
Attachment,
Yeah. So at that point, we let the girl go back into the Estes session. At this point, you're going to ask her questions. I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit because I wasn't actually there to see it. I saw or heard the audio, and we'll play a little bit of the audio here for you.
All right, here you go. You're not doing violence in this house. You especially won't
I'm gonna kill you?
No, you will not. You're not going to threaten us. You
That's very funny. Run.
We're not running. You're just trying to scare us.
There's a light.
Okay.
Red.
So, I think the most important thing to hammer home with this is that it started to turn.
Mm-hmm. And it was evening at this point.
It was evening.
Mm-hmm.
And any investigator will tell you that once evening hits in some of these places, the whole mood of everything changes.
Yes.
This place is
It's one of those
100%
places.
no different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this Bill, we'll just say it for now, started to kind of say some, as you heard, some very ominous and horrible things to this young girl. And I'm not somebody that provokes. That's not what I do.
We don't do that.
But I'm also not somebody who's just going to let somebody bully, especially somebody who's never done this before.
Mhm.
So I took it upon myself to square it away. I took care of it. And there was just a different air.
Yeah, a different feel for sure in that house.
Right. And I knew, look, I'm not going to say I have any of these special gifts. I'm not saying all that, but I knew if we didn't figure out a way to stop that from happening, or at least to say, hey, that's not okay. You are not going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Things may have turned out a lot worse than they did.
I agree. And we already knew that whatever was in there was targeting Michael and going after him, making him upset. And now it was going after Jason,
Right.
making him upset. It likes to do that to men.
Yeah, fellas, let me tell you something. And it's not just fellas, it's anybody in general. Intention is everything.
Yes.
When you're doing this sort of thing, if you go in with the intention of, well, I'm just gonna be this big badass and puff my chest out and go out there and rock it, you're gonna get what you deserve and you're gonna get what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into this with, okay, let's try to figure this thing out. Don't let it piss you off. Don't let it start getting to you. You'll be all right-ish. I'm not going to say you're always going to be okay, but you'll always have you'll at least have your sanity, and you can at least start to get to some answers.
Well, after this kind of happened, we started to think, okay, and this happens a lot. You go into an investigation thinking it's going to go one way and think it's one thing, and it can turn on you really quickly.
Very quickly.
And at the beginning, I thought, okay, they're just upset with Michael because he was the one that renovated the house.
Mhm.
That happens a lot, actually.
It
When
sure
you
does.
change something that they are accustomed to and they know, and you go and tear it all out and change it, it can upset them and frustrate them, and they, can act out.
Absolutely.
And that was kind of what we were thinking when we
Yeah, that was our
first went
first
into
impression.
this.
Right.
But then things started to change after
Ever.
the thing with the Estes session with Jason and how it was, and there's more to come. Something different was going on. But I did want to mention, after the Estes session, we did just a little investigation there with the group at
Mhm.
night. And what's interesting is Karen was sitting on that same side
Yeah.
that I was sitting on, and she goes, "Did you guys feel the floor shake?"
Yeah.
And we're like, none of the rest of us felt it, but she was sitting either in the same place. I wasn't
no,
right
the same
next to it.
place.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But she felt it that night. So then that's two of us.
Yep.
And we didn't tell her that.
No, we.
I never
kept
mentioned
all
it.
to herself at that point.
Yeah, I never mentioned it to her because we were alone when that happened.
Yes, we were.
So that's the second person that felt the shaking. It's so strange. But so that ended that night. We decided to go back to our hotel and try to get some sleep because it was late.
And at the time, we thought we were driving back home the next.
we're like, okay, we decided to stay because we knew
Yeah.
now there is more to this story than we originally thought.
Well, and it was targeting. So
Mm-hmm.
now, granted, we are not. We're not. Let's just say we're not the type of people that will say we're going to do a cleansing. It's all going to be fine.
No.
But I also know that I'm not going to just walk away when there's a chance that maybe I can help.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so day 2 is where
Oh,
it
day
gets
2.
so interesting. So Logan and I got there pretty early,
10,
I think.
11,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we had the house to ourselves for several
while,
hours.
yeah.
So we decide, okay, we're gonna do a dowsing rod session.
Yes.
And we primarily did this all downstairs.
Right.
So the stairs, I want to mention.
Yeah.
So the stairs are witches' stairs, where they're offset. Each step is offset from the other. They're interesting.
Well, let me tell you something. When you have slight vertigo, they are more than interesting.
You really have to focus going up and down these stairs.
I think I fell once, and I think somebody else. Well, I didn't fall, but kind of and you go, oh crap.
Yeah, yeah.
It's tricky. It is very
They're
hard.
beautiful,
Oh,
but
they are.
I still don't understand how witches can't climb them.
Yeah.
Go up and down them, but
Like
I guess
it's like a witch and go, oh my God, what do I do here? I mean, come on. These people are, I hate to say it because it's all pun, all these puns and everything. But if a witch is supposed to fly on a broom, I'm pretty sure she's going to figure out these stairs.
yeah, exactly. So I decided to do my dowsing rod session on the stairs. Okay, so we'll play a clip for you here and we'll talk about a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from the Brooks family here? Yes. Okay, thank you. Is Dave Brooks here? Dave Brooks, are you here? No. Okay. JD Brooks, are you here? JD Brooks, are you here? No. Bertha Brooks Prince, are you here? Yes. Bertha Brooks Print. Yes, Bertha's here. Okay, thank you, Bertha. William Brooks Jr., are you here? Yeah, big, strong yes. Okay, thank you, William. William, do you like to go by Billy? Honey, look. Thank you, Billy. Can you straighten those back out for me, please? Okay, thank you. Billy, are you the one that people hear playing on the stairs? Yes, okay, thank you, Billy. Billy, did you die here in this house? Maybe he doesn't know.
Billy, were you sick? Do you remember being sick?
Yes. Billy, did you get shivers when you were sick? Were you shivering a lot? A little bit. I'm sorry you felt that way. Billy, I have a question. Did something happen to your foot when you were sick? Did it turn different colors? Thank you, Billy. I knew it. Billy, do you like staying in this house? Yes, you do. Do you like to talk to the people that... Whoa. Okay, can you straighten that back out, please? Straighten it back out, please. I don't think he knows he's going. Billy, are you the only one in this house? No. Billy, are you the only child in this house? No. Well, he's thinking about it. Look at this, honey. He doesn't know. I've never seen him do this before. Are you unsure? Billy, do you like the doll that was brought in this house? No. Billy, thank you for talking to us. Is JD Brooks in this house? Is the little baby JD Brooks in this house? No. No. Billy, later tonight we're going to have more people in here. And we would like for you to come play with us. Will you speak to us tonight when we come and play with you? Yes. Thank you, Billy. We appreciate that. Billy, I'm going to try to talk to someone else now, okay? And we'll talk to you a little bit later tonight. Ernest Cranford. Ernest Cranford, are you in this house? Yes. Okay, Ernest. Were you unhappy about the construction that was going on in this house? Yes. Did it make you upset when Michael tore the stairs out?
Dismissal.
Yes. I understand that it made you upset. They didn't mean to upset anyone. They were trying to restore the house so that it could be beautiful again. I hope you understand that. Do you know that you make Michael and Kristen scared? No. Yeah, I think you scared them. They would like to be able to come back in this house and get along with you because they were just trying to take care of it. Was there something special about the staircase that upset you when they tore it down?
Kids in the background.
Kind of. Ernest, when you were alive, did you restore the staircase? Whoa, that's a big yes. What'd that say?
I don't know, it didn't say.
Thank you, Ernest. Can you straighten that out, please? Straighten that out, please. Straighten it out, please.
All right.
Thank you, Ernest. I know it's hard. Keep trying. Keep trying. Thank you so much, Ernest. There's people here trying to find out what's going on because Michael and Kristen are very scared and they were going to live in this house, but now they've chosen not to because of things that happened.
Always.
Always.
So now they're renting it out almost kind of like a hotel. And we're all here to try to find out
22.
what happened and if there's anything that you guys want. Is there anything that you need or that you want? Kind of. Ernest, can you straighten that back out, please?
Are you recording? In danger.
You're right in front of the camera.
Change.
What?
Said, are you recording? You're in danger.
What?
Moron.
We're here to find out what you may need or what you may want. We're not here to hurt you or to make you leave. Ernest, do you want to stay in this house? Ernest, do you feel stuck in this house? Maybe. That camera's flashing red light. Does that mean the battery's dead?
No, it just means it's recording.
Okay.
Are you recording?
Yes, we
That's
are.
a second time.
We're recording.
Yes, we are.
Is that okay?
So that we can hear your voice. We're here to help Kristen and Michael. Do you like
Satisfying.
Kristen? Yes, they like Kristen. Okay. Thank you. Do you like Michael? Not good news. Is the reason you don't like Michael is because he tore the house apart? Honey. Yes. I'm sure that was really upsetting and frustrating. What?
What?
Will these things set it off, though? Show the camera. Those are kids outside. Like I said before, Michael was just trying to make the house nice again. It had kind of fallen apart. And if he wouldn't have restored it, they would have torn it down completely. Michael's actually a very nice man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could give him another chance? Is it the copper setting it on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes? Well, that's good news. I'll make sure and tell him. He's very frightened. We need to try to be nice of him. Nice to him. I think he would allow you to stay as long as you don't scare him anymore or try to hurt him.
All right.
All right, thank you. Okay, so that's the dowsing rod session. Okay. It was interesting because I kind of wanted to get into the history of the house.
Sure.
Find out maybe if any of these members of the family. Now, with any dowsing rod session, do we know if this is 100% accurate?
No, of
Absolutely not. But, you know, the feeling is that they will use it to manipulate. And I thought it was interesting. You know, we got Dave Brooks not here. J.D. Brooks not here. But Bertha is.
Right.
Yes. William Brooks here. Strong. It was a strong yes. And that's the little boy that died of malaria, right? And then because of Billy goes, you know, there's a lot of name with the Billy thing going on. So there was yes. Were you sick? Yes. And I thought about the foot turning different colors. Yes. Because that's how you would ask a child. You wouldn't say, did your foot turn? Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know if it's 100%, but I thought it was interesting. And then I kind of wanted to get into Ernest Cranford because he was the one that was the renovator. He would have renovated that house, right? he's the one we thought going in is probably targeting Michael. Like, he's upset because he was
Because he
tearing
changed the
stuff out.
house.
Because we haven't said this previously, but the stairs were completely torn out
Right.
and turned the different direction.
Yep.
Okay. And he took out walls. He did all this stuff. It's beautiful now.
Yeah, it looks great.
But if your blood, sweat, and tears went into this home, that would be a reason to upset you. So I was like,
it would be
I'm
make
gonna-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really need to find out, and I want to clear the air here so that maybe, Michael will feel comfortable coming back into the home, and everything will be good between them now.
Right.
Okay. So that's why I asked these questions. Were you unhappy about the construction? Yes. Did it make you upset? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know that you make them scared? No. Was there something special about the staircase? No. Did you restore the staircase? Yes. Is there anything you need or want? Not really. Nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was an interesting. And then they do it says, yes, I like Kristen. I don't know if I like Michael,
Right.
Is it because he tore the house apart? Yes. I mean, it's all the answers you would expect to maybe hear, I guess.
But not enough for some of the things that were going on.
No, but I like when I asked if he would allow you to stay, as long as you don't scare or hurt him. We got on the ghost tube. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Because we did both. We had that playing while we did the
Which
dowsing
is what we
routine.
always do.
Yeah. And it corroborates each other. It's just so funny. And I just said, I read that you built like stuff. Is that true? Yes.
Yeah.
Did you work on this house? Yes.
So for all means and purposes,
Yeah.
we're talking to
Yeah.
who we think.
Who we think is Ernest.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be like, try to smooth things over like a counselor would do between two
Sure.
people. Upset at you.
I mean, that makes perfect sense.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, this is a way I can help. If I can find out that this is why he's upset, then maybe things can, basically I told him if he wouldn't have done this, his house probably would have been torn down
Oh,
the ground.
100%.
And then you'd have nothing.
Mhm.
So would you rather have it restored? They're trying to keep it nice and, smooth it over a little bit. So we don't know if that was actually Ernest we were speaking with at this point, but
Presumptively, yes.
that's what we tried to do at least.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So dowsing rod session is over.
Right.
And we decide we're going to have our portal. We call it our ghost box, but our portal session in the living room. So if you want to explain what a portal is.
Yeah. So we've got a, basically it's almost like an SB7, but this one was created by Katie Stafford. And if you don't know who that is, he's pretty well known for creating devices. He's kind of pretty amazing, honestly. But it's sort of like an SB7, so it does the sweeping. But with every SB7, even with this box, you have, you kind of have the crunch, the sound of radio, frequency. So we also have a device that plugs into it that is really just a really nice, I used to call them pig noses when I was a kid for guitars, but
It's a honey tone.
it's a honey tone. And there's a couple of pedals that you use to kind of try to cut down some of that noise. And that is what they call a portal. Now you've seen these on, like what what are they called? Geode tubes or something like that. Anyway, they're out there. You've seen it on quite a few of these different shows. And we love this thing. It works great for us. It's a must have every time we go somewhere. So we set this thing up and wow.
Could not believe what came through. So, you primarily started asking the questions. And we're just we're gonna play this for you,
Yeah.
and then we can talk about it.
Okay.
Are you human? Boy? Are you a boy? See, I don't think you're a boy at all. Gotta laugh. I heard you said something about red. Are you messing with red?
What about Jason?
What about Jason? Jason's not here right now.
That's what it said. What about Jason? Are you messing with Jason and trying to scare him?
Vaughn something. I don't know. I don't believe in Vaughn. I think you're creating Vaughn so that you can play with people.
Higher in your
So when we started doing this, I kind of got well, let's start from there. On the next day after having had the experience with the girl, I started to get this impression that we were dealing with a bully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I don't like throwing the D word out there. It's not
No.
my thing.
No.
Am I saying that it doesn't exist? No, I'm just saying that up to this point, I have yet to really find a place where I can throw that in. However, I do think if you're a jerk in past life, there's a good chance you might just be a jerk in the afterlife. And I'm thinking, okay, we're dealing with a bully.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he took no time to start bullying some poor girl during an Estes session, and I had to intervene. So I started thinking, okay, let's take what we think we know and shake it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, if this is a bully, we need to start exposing some things.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we were also told, because remember I said in the beginning when I was talking about the reports of
Mhm.
activity, they call that room upstairs Vaughn's room.
Yes.
And so I asked the owners, I said, is that someone that you know that passed away in the house, or is that a name that you've gotten, from investigators that's up there? And she goes, oh, well, no. She's like, we just knew there was a boy up there, so we decided to give him a name so we could refer to him. So what's interesting is that name, Vaughn, has now started to come across,
Yes.
like
In
in
investigation.
investigations, EVPs, stuff like that, like saying they're Vaughn. And I'm like, they made that name up.
Right.
It's not a name they got first.
No.
Literally, Kristen made that name up to have something to call him. So that's what tipped us off, I
Right.
think, in the beginning. I'm like, and we got that name on that session. He said,
Mhm.
and we're like, who we? Vaughn. And we're like,
Yeah, we pretty
This
much
thing
called
is
on that.
this thing is pretending to be things now.
Right. You want to call him Fred? He's Fred. You want to call him whatever? He's going to be that.
We call it a he, but an it.
Right.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
But so we get boy, right?
Mhm.
And Vaughn's supposed to be a little boy,
That's right.
right? And we get Vaughn and we get Red. So
Mhm.
Kristen has red hair, okay? And a lot of people that are familiar with her call her Red.
Right.
And what she told us, and every time they would refer to them, they'd say Michael or they'd say Red.
Right.
They'd never say her name.
Never.
And so that means they're listening in the house. She said, now that I think about it, most people that were in the house, they refer to me as Red.
That's right.
Said that to us. So it's whatever's happening. They're whatever it is paying attention and using that. Okay.
It's listening
It's
all the time.
listening all the time. And so when we were talking about Red
Mhm.
coming in to talk, and we're repeating this because we didn't know if you could decipher, because it takes an ear to
It
be able
does.
to hear this sometimes. You hear, what about Jason?
Yes.
What about Jason?
It didn't want to talk to me.
It doesn't want to talk to us. It wants to talk to the people it can get to.
Right.
And it had upset him the previous night,
Mhm.
and it wanted to talk to Jason.
That's right.
What about Jason?
And at the time, it knew it couldn't. It couldn't really manipulate us. We weren't giving it that leverage.
Mm-mm.
So yeah.
And when we no, who are you? Basically, this is
Mhm.
not your name. What you're telling us. What is your real name? you're pretending to be whatever we said in the video. And I still cannot believe that we got this entire phrase. Usually you get a word or two words. You usually don't get almost an entire sentence.
No.
And you can hear it. And there's something else at the end that we disagree on this. He thinks it's just a sound, but I think of it as like a jokester, a trickster that's wanting to, because it shows itself to be that way later on down the line.
It does.
But you hear, absolutely, I made the entire figure up. And then you hear something, and then you hear what I think sounds like, ta-da, ta-da, look at me. Look how good I am. I tricked all these people.
I'm not going to confirm or deny it, but
if you go back and listen to it, absolutely, I made the entire figure up. And it sounds do-do-do-do, and then ta-da. Like,
I mean, there's something there.
A narcissistic
Yeah.
entity. That's what I am imagining this thing to be.
I mean, that's not off-brand for the way it acts.
Exactly. That's why I think that's what it is.
I mean, guys, you'll hear it. You can tell us what you think. But yeah, that's the first time I think that we heard, like you said, a full sentence like that. That was, first of all, is unmistakable. Whether or not ta-da's there at the end, you guys decide on your own. But the first part, it's there.
And in the moment, we didn't hear it.
No, we didn't. Of course not.
We did not hear it.
I wish we had.
Because my ears weren't as good as deciphering that thing. And when it's so loud, when you're sitting right next to it, sometimes it takes going back and putting your headphones on. And because trust me, we have to slow it down. We have to play over to eventually figure out what things are saying. So in the moment, a lot of the times you don't know what they're saying.
No, and most investigators will tell you that. Like they'll come up with even like some of the most amazing data and the most amazing pictures, whatever have you, the EVPs. Rarely do you catch it on site. It's always back of the hotel room or back somewhere else when you're looking it up. And you just think to yourself, man, I wish I'd have known then, because I would have just kept that same line of conversation. But yeah.
So we're going to play this second little clip and then we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Do you enjoy playing with them? Yeah, a little bit.
That's not very nice.
Let's try that again. Are you connected to this house? Sure. It doesn't sound very convincing.
How long have you been here?
Can you try that again? How long have you been here?
Long.
Mm-hmm. How long? Okay.
Were you here before the house was here?
Right down in Florida? What state are you? Stop. Are you just playing with us?
Or you don't want to give
Try that again. If you're upset with us, go stop.
We're trying to find out why you're doing these things and picking on people.
Is this Bertha?
So now that we know that this thing is not who it says it is, I wanted to know where you're coming from. Are you coming from the house? You coming from the ground? Are you coming from the area? What, how long you've been here? The thing that stuck out to me was the long, a long time.
Yeah.
So what is that? I don't think it's something that was ever human.
That's what we think.
At this point,
Right,
I'm starting to think, I don't think that. It doesn't track, you know?
Yeah, and we're going to get a lot more into thoughts later, but there's definitely a thought that the both of us have about potential origin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we start asking too many questions because it doesn't want to say what it is. It doesn't want to say a name. It doesn't want, and it starts getting angry.
Does.
It tells you to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think is leave it. I think that's what it said. It's hard to determine, but it's leave it. And then that last stop was like, stop.
Yeah.
'Cause
So we did what
we were ticking it off.
Yeah. So we did what most people do. We stopped.
Mm-hmm. Well, after that.
Yeah.
But we also caught an EVP during that.
Which again,
which we did not audibly
hear.
hear while we were sitting there. To me, it sounds like a child.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a high pitch. It's child or woman. It's tough to say.
It's pretty high pitched.
It is pretty high pitched.
And it sounded close.
Very close.
And our phone was doing the recording,
Mm-hmm.
and it was at a table that was just
Yeah,
probably 5 feet away from us, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if that.
But it
yeah,
sounds
it's
like
close.
it was. The voice came from very close to.
It literally sounded like it was behind my phone.
Yeah, where the phone was.
Yeah.
And to me, it sounds like it's hi, which we'll play it again here.
Is this Bertha?
Notice we don't react because we didn't hear it.
Heard it. Yeah.
But we caught it a good EVP.
Oh, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, after this session, we don't really we go and I think we got some lunch.
Yeah, we did.
And we came back, and I know I wanted to mention this because you were in the restroom, and I decided I'm going to be as silent as possible and just sit here. And the heater was going.
Yeah.
So that could have played effect to it.
Yeah.
But when we were completely quiet, I could hear talking upstairs, like whispering
Mhm.
back and forth.
It wouldn't be.
And footsteps. And the upstairs is not very big, but there's like almost like a strip that goes above where the living room is, and that's where the little bedroom is. And I could hear just whispering the
Mhm.
entire time.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But after our little break, well, no, we were still on our break.
No, we were still on
Actually, we were sitting on the couch in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear like a pop or like a crack come from the kitchen. I'm like, what was that? So I get up and I start to get that ghost tripod was still there
Mm-hmm.
on the floor, and I start to go around it, and I see the haunted doll is sitting there in a chair, okay,
Yes.
on the other side of it, and they had put a cat ball there.
Mm-hmm.
The cat ball's going off.
Which, guys, let me tell you something, and you'll see it on the video.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people use cat balls, and that's kind of one of the
Yeah.
cheapest things you can use, and they're pretty effective, honestly. Well, it's sitting on a lap, so it's not like the thing's gonna brush up against it,
No,
right?
no.
And it's not like kind of in a padded area. And as you noticed, and we debunked the crap out of it, if you walk along there, you're not setting it off.
No, which is one thing we did, but I was like, hurry up, and I was trying to grab my phone, and when you're in a rush, I'm like, where's the camera? And I'm trying to turn the video on, and I caught just the end of it lighting up. It did it 3 times while it was standing there, and by the time I got my video on, we'll start the video here because then we decided to do a little investigation of the doll because it started going off. But you can see me turning it on and flipping the phone up, and it's still going off right at that moment. But we did a little session with the doll, and we'll play that clip right here. Of course, we're caught time. Yeah. So we've had the ghost tube app on, and we heard a noise and saw the ball light up. And then we said, what was that noise? And it said, are you frightened? And we switched over to video now. We are not frightened, but if you want to talk to us, you're welcome to. Can you make that ball light up again? All right, you have our attention. Set that ball up again. Or you can make that thing light up. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so we asked it to light it up, and it lit it up.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That was the last time it lit up the ball for us.
Right.
But we also turned on the ghost tube while we were asking questions, and we're gonna play that clip for you here.
Touch that ball. O puedes tentar ese luz que está verde or that green light.
I think it's running out of energy.
Desk.
Desk.
Okay. Estás ahí sentado. Está bien. Nosotros no te va a molestar.
What brought you here?
What brought us here was to talk to you guys, para hablar con nosotros.
Kristen and Michael asked us to come
Mm-hmm.
and find out who's here and what you might want. Hug?
Hot.
Hot.
Está caliente. It's hot.
Yeah, we turned on
Right
the...
behind you. Scratch.
Hey, that's not going to happen and not okay.
No.
Injured.
No,
You're not going to injure us, and you're not going to scratch me. You're not going to scratch anyone.
you're not allowed to touch us. Nor anyone that is ever in this home.
We're just here to talk to you. We don't want to hurt you, so you're not going to hurt us. But we're not going to be threatened.
Yes.
No.
So I thought was interesting is it mentions desk, even though it's a sewing table. It does
Sure.
look like a desk.
But they're using it like a desk.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it started to get nasty again, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't think that doll, if it is haunted, whatever's pretending to be I think it's just pretending to be the doll. I really think that's whatever this thing is, because it started to go scratch, injured, we're like,
Right.
no, we're not playing that game. We're not doing this. And so here's this last clip. We will respect you if you respect us.
What is that? Sad. What is this? Picture.
Picture. You brought that light over here.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to take your picture. You just moved that over here.
No. It is
It does
wild.
look like an
Mike.
old-fashioned picture. What is that?
Mind.
Lion. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And I will say, I was standing there, focused on that doll. I had no idea what he was doing behind me because he was walking into the kitchen and getting stuff. I had no idea he set that ring light behind me. And it's like, what is that in its picture? And I'm like, I thought maybe they were talking about me holding the phone.
Right.
And then when I turned around, I saw it does look like one of those old timey
It really does.
camera, like the flashes.
Yeah.
Remember the
when
old
we hold it up.
Yeah, and it goes.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
I couldn't believe, and that just came from the ghost tube app, right?
Yeah. And it's one of those where, okay, yes, people will talk about ITC and whatever you feel against that or for it, whatever. But it's kind of hard to repudiate that when it's literally there.
Yeah.
How do you deny that? I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so next, we had a woman come, Tabitha, to tell us some stories. She used to live in the house. She lived in the house for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we can't play the entire interview
No.
because it was extremely long, but there was some crazy information she told us that corroborated lots of stuff that we were getting in the house. But we also caught some stuff during her interview.
Did we?
So we're not going to, I'm just going to mention some stuff that she said.
Yeah.
So when her and her ex-husband and her kids were living in the house, they experienced seeing, kids running up and down the stairs. They could hear kids upstairs, kids rolling a ball. They could hear a little girl laughing and playing. And she said she even saw her in like a bluish dress,
Mm-hmm.
a little girl in a bluish dress. But the most important thing that she said is her ex-husband changed. His whole demeanor changed.
Right.
His eyes would go black and he would get really angry. And his grandfather came over, and he was a preacher one time. And I'm not a preacher one time, but he came over one time, and he ended up breaking their TV with a baseball bat because he got so angry
Yeah.
that something set him off. And her ex-husband just became mean and like was aggressive towards her and their
Wow.
kids. And she's like, he would have like missing time,
Mm-hmm.
like where he wouldn't remember things. Another thing they experienced was she said there's an old grumpy man here that stomps up and down the stairs and he groans. I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting.
She said that the bathroom door would open. They kept the bathroom door open at all times because she was just scared to shut the door. And the washer would come on by itself, which is where the laundry room is.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up finding crosses found upside down in the red room upstairs. Which was a little concerning.
Very concerning.
But there was objects that got moved around all the time, missing paperwork, and he would just forget things. Like he wouldn't even remember doing things. The other thing that she told us is one night she woke up and her husband was out on the front lawn, like in the middle of the night, like military army crawling across
low crawl. Yeah.
Yeah, crawling across the ground, speaking German.
Crazy. Who didn't know German before that?
Yeah, which when Jason's face, like I wish I could just take a picture of his face, because they've been getting EVPs of German, and then he heard that on the Estes session. We're like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
That was they lived that years ago.
Yeah.
So there's something to do with, and he didn't remember even like he woke up out in the yard and had no idea what was out
He was
there.
scared. He's like, what am I doing out here?
Yeah. Crazy stuff. She also said that there's a woman that's in the house that's scared of the man that's in the house. Okay. And there has been seen from the street a figure of a man in the upstairs window, in a suit, and like an old gray-haired man.
Yep.
And other people have seen it that have just been on the street. And then Karen decides to ask her, have you ever experienced any vibrations in the house? She goes, oh yeah, over there where the couch is,
It's crazy.
all the time.
Point blank, right where you guys were sitting.
So I experienced it, Karen experienced it, and then when she lived in the house, she would experience it.
Yeah.
So that's 3 people at this point saying that there's a vibration there. Crazy. And then she tells us that some lady in the community, an older lady, had said her great-grandfather had passed the information down that the Brooks estate, the living room part used to be an old store in the 1800s.
Like a general store.
So Dave Brooks didn't build the entire structure. He bought that, renovated it, and added on the rest of the house.
Which tells you so many people have crossed that threshold into that house that at this particular point, as an investigator, you start going, well, there's something new.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do with that? Because it now you're dealing with
Another layer. It's
another layer. Tons and tons of layers.
It's my favorite from Shrek, the dot with the onions. How do you say?
Ogres have layers. So does this.
Onions have layers.
So it's onions.
Yeah.
Well, ogres probably have it too. I don't eat onions. Okay.
You forgot.
I did.
Anyway, so that was pretty interesting. But we did catch a couple things.
Yeah.
So as she's talking about certain things, we were hearing things from upstairs going on.
Yeah.
So this is the first clip, and we'll play right here.
And he was, evil.
You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a knocking.
Yeah.
Hear the knock.
You hear the knock.
And we heard it in real time.
We did.
Because Jason reacted like, did you hear the knock?
Yeah. We all heard.
We all heard it.
Yeah.
It was right above our heads. And here's the next clip.
What is it?
That's rain.
That's
No, there was something walking upstairs.
I thought I heard Juan's voice.
I did
Did
too.
you hear a voice?
I did too. So this one may be a little bit harder to hear. We stopped talking when we heard the stepping, like the walking,
Mm-hmm.
because you can hear that because those floors creak because
They
they're
do.
old floors.
Yeah.
You can hear the creaking. There's a really faint, what sounds like a female voice. Now, we did hear that in real time
We did.
because we all said, "Did you hear the woman?"
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds just kind of like a
Yeah, it's very, and
very
honestly,
faint.
when you guys hear it, you're probably not going to pick it out. So you're going to have to listen to it a couple of times, but
Hmm.
it's definitely there. We did all hear it.
Yeah, we heard it for sure. Crazy, but she was talking about them.
Yeah.
So they were making themselves known.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is what you've been waiting for.
The coup de grace.
Yes. So the last night we're there, the whole group of us are in the living room. We decide to do a session. Mind you, a storm has rolled in and it's raining.
Nice.
So you're going to hear the rain in the
Mhm.
background of all this stuff, and we accounted for that. But we also had the owner, Kristen, join us. Because earlier in the day, they kept saying Red. They kept saying her name.
Yep.
So we're like, okay, they want her here. So maybe she can ask some questions. Maybe we can get some information, right?
All right. So the session, guys, when I say we took the kitchen sink, we took it all. We had cameras. Now we don't have the footage of the actual night vision camera. We just have kind of what you can't see, and it's okay. But I'll make sure you guys don't have. Yeah,
Those from the ghost tube.
It's from the ghost tube.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see what ghost tube is saying
Right.
with the footage from that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got ghost tube. We've got the portal. We've got REM pods. We've got flashlights. I mean, we've got everything we can possibly imagine running at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we're running analog, we're running digital, we're running, everything is represented, which is kind of the way we like to do some of these bigger sessions because, it gives you a variance. Boy, did it ever give us a variance.
And we've got get that ghost team there. So Jason and Natalie and Karen and Brian are there, and Brian's daughter was there as well. And we've got Kristen there. And us.
Yeah.
So there's
full house.
And that's a small living room. So we're all in a big circle, basically, as compact as we can be. So a lot of our energy is in there.
We've also got Michael watching on security cameras.
Yes, we do. And he's sending us videos of stuff he's seen in real time that we can't see.
Right.
Which we've got they'll come to be important here soon. So the first clip we're going to play right here. We're just going to play it right here and we'll talk about it.
Yep.
Come on, you guys asked all day long for her to be here. She's here.
He's not here.
He's not here. Isn't that convenient?
Where'd you go, Bilger? Bilger? Where you at, Bill?
Okay, so it's all about, Red's here. Talk to her. What does it say? The portal says, for him.
Yeah.
The ghost tube says, he's not here.
Right.
And then the portal, because we ask, where's Bill? Where's Bill? Because he's the one that's saying he's Bill, right? We know at this point he's not Bill.
Right.
So he says, I am. Where's Michael? They just want Michael there. He wants it wants Michael there.
Right.
I keep referring to it as a he.
Well, I
mean, calling itself Bill.
Sitting Bill, right.
But for him, he's not here. I am. Where's Michael?
It's crazy.
That's who I want.
Yeah.
That's who I want to manipulate. That's
There's
who
a
I
target.
feed off of. Yes.
There's a target.
There's a target. Which is why Michael will walk into the house. And who can blame him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first clip. Next clip is right here.
I heard sulfur. I did too.
Oh.
I heard honey and sulfur.
It is Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get sulfur, which, whatever.
Yeah.
It may not be anything. But what's interesting is we get, it's Friday night. It was Friday. It was a Friday.
Yeah.
It wasn't night.
It sure was.
Strange.
Yeah.
Next clip.
You've got a lot of people here to talk to you, and we know how much attention you like. So let's talk. About whatever you want.
Where's Bill?
I was angry.
You were angry? Why were you angry, Bill?
Yeah. That one's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I was angry because, why are you angry? Because we know what you're doing now.
Yeah. And we called it out.
Mm-hmm.
We put it on its own turf. We said, you're not going to do this to us anymore. And it was not happy with us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next clip.
Do you go across the street to our other house?
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm. If you do go to the other side of the street,
Upsetting.
upsetting.
Oh, you're getting upset? Something, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Something, Bill.
Bill's getting upset?
So, do you follow Michael over there?
I said yes instantly. Flashlight's the yes.
Revolting.
Do you go to the shop?
You said revolting. What was that? Did you say dad?
Maybe.
There it is again.
What is that?
What was my
Yeah.
That noise that
Yeah.
we hear that a lot on the camera in the kitchen, and we always wonder what it is.
That chittering noise?
Yeah.
Not sure. I'm not sure what to think about this one.
The weird sound.
Yeah.
It happened 2 times.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Kristen says, "Oh, we hear that on the security cameras all the time."
Yeah.
And the only thing that I could think after playing it back is remember the sound of the because we asked it at that time, do you follow him?
Mm-hmm.
Right? To the shop. That sound on the video of him playing the cherry picker sounds like that.
Yeah.
Sounds same.
I mean,
It
it
may not
does.
have anything to do with it, but I was like, but that was in the same line of sequence of those questions.
Right.
So I don't know. A little bit crazy there.
For sure.
And then we're like, what was that? What was what?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
it's
so weird.
responding to us. It's listening to what
All in real
not
time.
even talking to it.
Mm-mm.
We were talking to each other like, oh my God, what was that? What was what?
Yeah. What was what? I mean, it's playing with us.
Yes, it's a trickster. Like I said, and that's why I think the ta-da is a ta-da. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. So next clip.
Fire.
Okay, so the fire. And I don't know, like at the time, but then Kristen was telling us that when they were renovating in the walls, there was like smoky soot, like there had been a
Right.
fire.
Right.
And they actually kept there were some doors behind the walls. And that one door that's behind the chair in the pictures that has the Brooks Estate on it
Mhm.
was one of those doors. And she was going to keep it sooty looking, and the cleaner cleaned it off. So she wasn't able to do that. But so there had been a fire in there at some
Sure
point.
had.
So I thought that little word was interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
Okay. Next clip.
We don't think you're Billy?
None. It's difficult.
Not. It's difficult.
We don't think you're Vaughn? We don't think you're any of them.
I just heard the word entity.
It says entity.
I mean,
Entity.
it says it. It
Mhm.
knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It-
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, next clip.
Is it your let's start this?
Let's start this.
I mean,
Let's
it's
go. Let's get this on.
I get this feeling of like it's putting on gloves.
Yeah.
It's written ready. I'm like, all right,
Mhm.
guys. You want to call me out? Let's do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Next clip.
What the hell is that?
Visiting. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey?
So this visiting Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I don't know, and this will be important later,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the first time we'd heard that name.
It is the first time.
Mm-hmm. Next clip.
They stop you.
I don't know. Next clip.
Odell just sent me a video. Oh, come here. Not loaded. Look what just flew by your
Understand.
head. Dude,
On my
loaded.
head?
Yes. Yes. Watch. Hit your head. That's an orb, dude. That was not a bug. There's no bug in here. Watch right beside your head. Look. It come out of the wall. Look. That might have been a bug. That might have been a bug. I don't know. What was that up there? Ooh. Hang on. Wowzers. That's a bug. There's something back there.
Come down the stairs. Did you see that?
Whoa.
Several of them.
Whoa. We got him fired up. Look at this one. Did you see that? It went over here and it came out here and it went up around it. Look.
What is it?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay, this one
Yeah.
floored us.
Yes, it did.
So to set this up, we're kind of on a break.
Yes.
Not like an established break, but a couple people had to go get something.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael had sent Jason a video. He had been watching the security cameras. He sent the security cam footage to Jason, and where some of the members of the team are looking at it and commenting on this. Okay.
Right.
And none of us are paying attention to what the portal box is saying at this time.
Wish we had been.
No, there was a lot of talking and stuff.
Mhm.
So I had to kind of filter out us talking and listen to what was coming across in the box. It was talking to us the entire time, and none of us were paying attention to it.
Yeah.
But so we're going to show you the video of what we were watching first, and then we're going to talk about what it said.
Okay.
Do you want to ask me a question?
You guys asked for her to be here. She's here.
Okay, so now we're not normally orb people.
No.
Okay.
And you can make so many different
Yes.
arguments.
And it was raining, so there was probably stirring some stuff up on the roof. But the size of some of these things and the light behind them and how many there were in a very clean home.
extraordinary.
And none of us are moving around disturbing things. It was odd, and it's when activity's picking up.
You got to look at the entire picture.
Yes. So this is what we're watching that Michael sent us when we're getting these things come across the portal. So we're commenting about, oh, look at that, look at that, look at this one. And you hear, haha, that was me.
Yeah. That crazy?
And it says, I came from down the steps. Or I came from the steps, one of the two. Haha, that was me. I came from the steps. In line together. And then a little bit later, you hear Karen saying, oh, look at that one come from the steps. So it's not like it was copying what she said.
No.
It said it before she said it.
That's right.
She was commenting on the big orb that came from down the steps.
Which you see clearly. But again, you can make the arguments you want. We understand it. We made them ourselves. But look at the whole picture.
Yeah. And then it says something like it's a something. I couldn't figure it out. And then it says, oh, why is that? Like, it's talking. It's having a conversation with us, and none of us were paying attention to it. Oh, I so wish.
I know.
We were listening, but we were all distracted doing other things at the time, but I could not believe we caught that.
But we've got it, and you guys can hear it now and see it.
Yeah. So we're going to play that again here real quick so you can listen for that. So listen for, haha, that was me. I came down the steps.
Wowzers.
And it's the same voice, It's
always the same voice.
It's the same exact tone, same like male voice that we got talking about. Yeah. Basically, I made the figure up and, and it's laughing.
Yeah. It knows
This is
it's
me.
playing a game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just phenomenal. Okay, we're going to play this next clip.
What was this house before people lived in it? What was that? What was it before it was a house? It says, do you hear store?
I heard store.
I thought it was
Yeah.
We've heard that before. That it used to be a store.
That's what she told us. She said you heard about Great Daddy
Where
said
we're
it's a
sitting
store.
right now, was this part of the store? Yes, no, maybe so.
If this was a store, touch this light. How did the Brooks get out?
How did the Brooks get out?
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, the Brooks passed away.
And they sold it.
Did they laugh? She said they laughed after you said that.
We gotta laugh today.
I see you.
Okay.
You can't see me.
They were mad at you.
Yeah, they were mad at me. So, a while ago, we were shown a video that you're all here. Okay? We know you're here, and we just want to talk. The store again.
What happened at the store? You didn't want the people to have it?
Yeah.
Angel.
Angel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a new one. I heard you about talk about angels.
Over here.
What?
Where are you?
There's an angel here?
Bedroom.
Bedroom?
Make.
Make.
Open.
Often. You often
Open.
go to the bedroom? Often.
You said often? There's an angel here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Bill?
They're visiting you.
The angels.
So angels are visiting you? Sorry. Look that up there.
They're visiting her.
Okay. So angels are visiting Kristen, right?
Jeffrey.
We keep
That's
getting
his second
Jeffrey.
name.
Who is Jeffrey?
There was a JD.
Maybe that was
little
Jeffrey.
kid that passed away. I don't know what the initials are for though.
He was a baby.
He was a baby. Only 11 months old when he passed away.
Angel.
So I find it interesting that we had just learned about the store. Now, is that why
Just
it
learned.
said it or not? I don't know. But it says store. And then it says, how did the Brooks get out?
Isn't that crazy? I mean, this is the Brooks estate, guys.
Yes. How did the Brooks get out? And then we're like, well, they moved. They left.
Yeah.
And then it says the store again.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, we don't know if we're suggesting it to do it. It's
Right.
listening all the time.
But it's listening to us. That's the most important thing. And this is not even the ghost tube. This is just the portal, right? Then they wanted us out. Didn't want the people to have it.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
No clue.
You know? And then all the stuff that came across on the ghost tube. Jeffrey came again.
It did.
That's the second time we heard Jeffrey. And I've looked. I went back and I could not find anything to do with a Jeffrey associated with that, even East Prairie. So I don't know what that is. It could be nothing.
Be a nickname. You don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. And then the angel thing came across a couple of times, which I thought was interesting.
Very interesting how it formed angel there.
Mm-hmm. 2 different times.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So next clip.
Go past the stairs.
Why?
Because we want answers.
That's right.
Why?
Because we said so. That's why.
Okay, this next one.
If you're a male, light up the flashlight.
Juan.
Hello. I'm not sure what that one is.
You know they say hello
That
or
was me.
hello.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I caught something along those lines.
Are you a female? Female. Okay, thank you.
Go slowly.
What?
Undecided.
Are you a mother?
I feel like my chair just moved.
Hmm?
I feel like my chair just moved.
Is it moving?
Felt like it like
Like this?
It's over there
The
again.
vibration.
Dying.
Yes.
Who's dying?
Did somebody die in that corner of the house? Like where they're sitting?
Yeah, this is the
So-
one where I started.
It's weird because most people don't know this. Because that Juan name, okay, that's a Latin name,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people don't know that your birth name is Juan.
That's right. Which
Only
is
we
weird.
knew that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the flashlight, lit up for female.
Mm-hmm.
There's a female. But what most importantly here is Kristen then says, does anybody else feel like my chair moved?
It's crazy.
She's sitting in the same spot that not in the same spot, but
The same
adjacent to
area,
it,
yeah.
Same area that I sat, and she's sitting in a harder chair. So she felt it move. Karen felt it move. I felt it move. The previous owner said that it moved. That's 4 different people.
All the same spot area.
Mhm. It's
Just-
so weird. At different times of the day.
And listening to my name come up like that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Very weird.
And then the dying on the ghost too.
Yeah.
Dying.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Next clip.
I'm standing here to see if I feel anything.
Am I touching anyone? It's really cold. Am I touching anyone right now?
Yeah, this infrared keeps cutting on and off like mine was doing yesterday.
Not necessary.
Right now.
Right now you were.
That was
Okay.
long.
Whoa. I'm trying to be funny, but feel the air sort of around my butt.
No,
We will come.
No, for real, it's freezing. It's moved up. It was right here. It moved up behind you. Oh, yeah. It's behind you.
Are you touching Logan?
It goes IR again.
Really?
You lost it?
Went off.
Can you see me
I said
through that?
yes.
Yep. Yes.
Barely.
Please listen.
Oh, wait, there's IR back
We're
on.
listening
We're
to
listening.
you. What do you want to tell us?
It's horrible. I think
Are we
Okay.
still talking to the female?
All right. I feel you. I feel you.
What do you feel?
It is literally grabbing my back.
Is it? Can you feel gender?
Nope.
What do you want me to do?
Who is touching Logan?
My whole back is cold. It's like literally got me like a blanket. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it's like ice. It's like your back is like in a freezer right now. Holy
The
crap.
IR's kicking off on this one, too.
What in the world? Something's messing with it.
I'd rather be dead. Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounded like. He said I'd rather be dead.
Okay. All right, here's the most important part. I don't mind you touching me. It's okay.
it's still doing it.
Huh?
It's still doing it.
Every once in a while, it's having a hard time focusing, too.
Let's turn that light off. I don't wonder if it's throwing.
Oh, I bet it's throwing the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's what it is.
Okay. Man.
God, dude, I want to hang this.
And something happened when it cut off. I saw my shadow in front of him. I'm like, oh, crap. But it was my shadow.
This would be a good spot to hold it.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if we can see anything break.
Okay. How about we put it in front of him?
Hmm?
I
Like
guess
on him? Well, I was going to try to see if
See if
anything
it's
was
on the
behind
wall.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said there was something behind him.
Can you touch Logan's right arm?
They haven't
Leave
stopped
it.
touching me.
Huh?
I see you.
They haven't stopped touching me.
True.
I know.
Terrific.
Ha
Haha.
ha.
Okay. Flashlights.
Flashlight goes on. We will come. Please listen. And then on that portal, here we go. True. Terrific. Haha. That
Tricks
laughing again.
every
Yeah.
time. And, you can make whatever claim you want about the flashlight thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, again, here we go. There's corroboration on more than just one thing.
Yeah. I know. Next clip.
I'm going to move and I'm going to sit down.
It was huge. You saw
We know you're there,
body leaning.
but y'all got
Back.
me a little weak.
Yeah, I don't
Here. You got it.
It just said back.
This is weird.
Yeah.
So you're allowing it to touch you. You're trying to feel
Right.
what's happening. You're feeling cold. You're feeling all that stuff. I have never had this happen before. The ghost tube, the voice that everybody heard said back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was,
Touching my back.
mm-hmm. But on the screen, which we didn't know until we reviewed the evidence, the words don't say back. They say not even close. That makes no sense
It doesn't.
whatsoever.
And again, if you want to play the devil's advocate, the debunk, sure, it's a piece of technology.
Yeah.
Could it have said that and done the other? Of course. But again, you got to look at the big picture. I'd stood up, walked to the other side because I'd felt like the cold coming from there. And as I stood there, clear as day, I could feel something on my back.
Yeah, and you said that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense to me.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Next clip.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a cool.
Not totally, but
It's not still like.
no.
It left
Are you okay? Time.
I'm okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very kind. You're
Yeah.
very considerate. You have good manners. Were you well educated from somewhere else? Did you go to like a big fancy school?
Undecided.
Oh, well, okay, fair. When you say undecided, does that mean you don't know how to say something to us?
I'm gonna sit there so we both
Yeah.
got the.
I mean, we should probably just like a little sheet upstairs.
Jeffrey.
I mean,
Jeffrey.
some
Who
kind of.
is Jeffrey?
What are you hearing, Jeffrey? That's the third time we've heard Jeffrey.
Are you okay?
Okay.
This is where I think this is someone different. I think now we're talking to the female. It seemed very protective,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get Jeffrey again. Was that three or four times we got Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm. Don't know.
I don't know what that means.
And if anybody knows,
The only thing I wondered is there was that first bait Leonard Brooks' son that died that was a few months old was J.D. Brooks. Could he have been Jeffrey?
potentially,
Jeffrey David Brooks? Possibly. I never could find a first name for him. And because it was talking about Angel before when it said that.
makes you wonder if that's JD.
Yeah. Like I just feel like if it's a female, it's looking after and looking over.
Absolutely. It would make perfect sense at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all of our evidence,
Yeah.
all of the history, all of our experiences. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, we went there with, and this happens a lot. We went there with one thought.
Mm-hmm.
We're only going to be there a day. And it turned into so much more.
Yeah.
So here's some of my thoughts. And I'm sure you share quite a few of them. I don't know that I want to call this demonic. I don't think it's
I don't
that.
think it is. No.
Do I know if it's we talked about this. Could it have been an egregore? And if you don't know what an egregore is, it's basically a thought that gets basically created because of us, the energy we're putting into it, and it can basically manifest its own. You're manifesting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of a little bit in that camp, but I don't know. Could it be elemental? I don't think so. It just doesn't check that block for me. But again, I don't think it's demonic, and I don't think
it never hurt any of us.
It hasn't hurt
a really hurt
person.
anyone except for Michael getting his shoulder hurt. But the only thing I took from that experience was it was trying to get his attention or scare him.
Yeah.
Which just happened to hurt him in the process.
And scared him.
Well, yeah, but hurt him in the process. But nobody's coming away with scratches or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, there are some other things that they told us that we're not going to.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about. So there are some other theories that we're thinking about. Clearly, we've got more investigating to do.
For sure.
And those of you that want to visit this, that are investigators, we do need your help because we need to get to the bottom of this, I feel, because especially for the owners themselves.
I say that with a caveat, though.
Yes.
Check your ego at the door.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a male, if you're a female, doesn't matter, anybody. If you go in there with the bad attitude and bad intention, guys, this has a chance of getting away from you real quick.
Yeah, it has I mean, Jason's a fun-loving guy.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he doesn't, but it got him. It got him quick, and he got angry quick. And if he hadn't walked out when he did, he said he was ready to punch a hole through the wall.
I don't think Michael will like that.
Yeah. No, not after all the. I mean, it gets Michael. He gets angry.
It gets Michael very angry.
I mean, and then the lady that said that, she said her ex-husband is still messed up from the house. I mean, we don't know. There were other males beside. I mean, Brian was there and you were there, and it didn't get the best of you, but you even felt that one night like it was trying to detach itself.
Well, as a matter of fact, when we were wrapping up the first night, we all decided to leave our gear there, partially because we've been there for a long time, but also because I want to get the heck out.
Yeah.
I felt like
it was after you were.
It knew I exposed it, and I felt like it was kind of just coming for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I looked at him like, I don't care what we're doing. We got to get the heck out of here.
And we know it travels because it follows him where he's at. So I honestly don't know what to think.
I don't either.
It's
But she's right. We need your help.
We need your help.
Investigators,
Yeah, but
you know,
just beware. Don't go in provoking. And honestly, um, I don't think it's best for just like anyone to go in there.
no, if I'm
And it is
speaking clearly, I think somebody who's been around for a little while knows the things or two, knows some things or two, and isn't just looking for a jump scare, isn't just looking for that kind of stuff. If you want to make content, guys, there's tons of places out there to make content.
Yeah, this is about trying to help this
Yeah.
family, try to get the bottom of what is happening there. If you do visit, please reach out to us and let us know what you find. We'd be,
Yeah.
you know, this is going to be an ongoing
I mean, we're going back.
investigation. Yeah, we're going back because we now to us it's a passion project
Yeah, it
because I
really
did
is.
do all the research. We've met the owners, you know, and I feel their pain because I grew up in a haunted house. I know what it's like to be scared
Mhm.
out of your wits and not want to be able to enter that place.
Absolutely.
And they've opened this up as an Airbnb to try to be able to buy a different house now to live
Sure.
in. So, investigators, this is the house for you to go and figure out what's happening
And you
here.
get run of all of it. I mean, are you going to always have something happen? No.
No.
But I'm venturing to say there's a good chance it's going to.
And things will happen at like all times of the day, just like for us. But it's the evening time. Once it
Something
gets dark,
happens.
there is something that happens in that house where the energy changes. Like I said before, when we went in during the daytime, it felt very homey
Mhm.
and I felt very comfortable. I was comfortable being upstairs. When nighttime hits, I will tell you one thing: I do not feel comfortable upstairs
No, gosh, no.
at all.
Yeah, there's
At
something
all.
going on up there that's just next level.
I mean, it just raises the hair on your arms for sure. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go have a good time, but be cautious. What
especially the men. I feel like the men need to be cautious.
and if you do kind of a beginning thing like a cleansing, I recommend doing it. Not force, nobody forces you to do anything, but if you do that sort of thing, make sure your intentions are right.
Yeah, set your intentions with a lot of positive because whatever's in there
It's
can
trying to
bring
get you pissed.
Yeah, is trying to get you upset, is trying to bring you down fast.
And we also think that there is more than one entity.
Oh, there's several. I think there's multiple layers going on
Mhm.
there. I even said to him, it could be even, I hate to use this word because I think this is thrown out there way too often, but it is very possible this is a place where there could be some type of portal
The
going on.
vibration.
Yeah, I mean, allowing a lot more to come in than would normally be there.
Yeah.
So anything could show up. I mean, they've got evidence of pictures from people from the 1700s and, I mean, and you've also got that cemetery right across the street. That's another thing.
Absolutely.
If I'm a true believer in if you're passed and there is a place where other people are getting attention,
Mhm.
right? A haunted location. Aren't you going to go there? Because now maybe you can get your voice heard, right?
Absolutely.
Where people are going, where the energy's ramped up. That would be like a beacon for them.
I was about to say that same word.
Yeah. So that cemetery's right there. And those are old graves. So could it just be that? It could just be that.
Very likely it could be. We don't know.
The fault line's there. You've got the river there. You've
Not
got
to mention there was a UFO thing not that far from
yes,
there.
there was. Yes, there was. So there are so many possibilities at this point, but we need help. Investigator, other
They need
teams.
your help.
Yeah, they need your help. Reach out to us, reach out to them, get that ghost. Any of us, we're all working together to try to help this family out. So, but that's the Burks estate.
Yeah, guys, I know.
And it took us a long time to get all this out, but you can see why. I mean, pouring over all of this, I
There's
did
so
not
much
want to
more,
miss
guys.
anything. Yeah, there's more,
tons of stuff.
but we couldn't go another 2 hours for you
No,
guys. So
we can't.
these are the highlights of what happened in just 2 days.
Yeah.
And usually people can go for a full week and don't get this much evidence. It's crazy.
I just don't, that place, I just don't think so. I think it's pretty active.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for just 2 days, look how much we got.
It's amazing. Well, guys, tell us what you think. Leave your comments below. Thanks again. I know this is a bit of a longer one, but I think it's worth it, and I think it's an important story to tell. Kristen, Michael, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. You're
Thank you
so
for
kind
opening
to
up your
us.
doors. Yeah. And all the entire Get That Ghost team, from Jason all the way anybody. You guys, thank you so much for inviting us. We loved being there with you guys. Other than that, guys, this was a great episode. And
if you want to look at the Brooks Estate, they have a Facebook page.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, they do.
The Brooks Estate. And it's got, pictures of the house, and it's got pictures. And a lot of these we've, used on the episode that Kristen and Michael gave to us and allowed us to use for the episode. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
But we just wanted to kind of get it out there and so people can know about it, and go figure out what's happening. So
And do just that, guys. Thanks again. And
thanks for hanging out
for
with us
hanging
for
out.
2 hours.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.